you know, a lot of people came out and was saying, like, man, they need to go to a grave and shoot at a grave. You know, like they go to Nat Turner's grave site and they go shoot up his grave marker and stuff like this. You know, this woman was responsible. She was partly responsible for the death of Emmett Till, and she got to live to be what, almost 90 years old,
and escape justice in this lifetime. You know, but that doesn't mean that she escaped justice in my book. In my book, just like they can give postpartum pardons, they can give postpartum convictions too. So she will have that in her grave. If we, instead of focusing on her life, now let's focus on getting her convicted in death, so she won't escape.
Yeah, you know, that was a. You know, I don't know, man. Like our people's response, it's kind of like it's a disconnection. Like people put this as an isolated event, and that's over there, and it's just nothing we can do about it. But you know,
that's what they mean by it has no educational value to learn these things, because they don't want you to connect the dots.
Right. Don't not understanding how what has already taken place has an impact on us today. You know what I'm saying?
And how it's all connected.
Right. You know, we talk about desensitizing. His mother wanted the world and the nation to see how bad things, like, you know, how bad the condition was for her son. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't typically showing this type of stuff. So the fact that she had an open casket, you know, Jet magazine put it on the front, on the, you know, put it on the cover and stuff like this. Like, you know, we talking about the 1950s when this happened.
55.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So for that level of shock and for that time period, I'm pretty sure it was like, that was very in your face. Fast forward to 2023, I mean, you could be scrolling on TikTok and see somebody get gunned down. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's...
Yeah, the thing with the tragedy of Emmett Till is it did actually become the catalyst for the civil rights movement. And after that with the lady that was on the Rosa Parks incident came immediately after that. She said she was so moved by the death of Emmett Till that she decided to take a stance for her rights on the bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Yeah.
And then, you know, Arkansas had his you know, hand in that with the whole Central High School with the Little Rock Nine. You know, like all of them three events right there was very major. To bring about what they call the civil rights movement. It should have been, you know, a movement for us. Like, we knew it was about us, but, you know,
it was very narrow. The scope of it was too narrow for to fit today's standards. You know.
Yeah.
It was for a time. It doesn't apply anymore. Those standards. You know, we gotta revisit that and, you know, update it. Some things.
Yeah. You know, people say, like, what's the tangibles that we got? You know, and folks would say, you know, you got the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act.
Hey, the front of the action.
Like, but we had a Voting Rights Act in the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was after the Civil War, you had the Reconstruction in the United States, and we had all kind of black people who took political office, became mayors, all kind of stuff was in the House and in the Senate, stuff like this. Black folks was owning business. We talking about 1866 to about 1870. You know, black people was doing a lot, and you know, insert the Klan, you know, vagrancy laws, all that type of stuff, you know. Till 100 years later, we got to have another civil rights bill, another Voting Rights Act, and all of this type of stuff. It's like, wow, you know, things didn't change that much. Here we are today, and you know, we still lack. You know, we talking about electoral politics. You know, a lot of our people ain't participating because we. I mean, it's like
they're
history.
They're not seeing how it affects their lives. I mean, they're not voting. I feel is because they not seeing any results from it personally. Personally, how they're not benefiting in no kind of way off their any supposed vote. That's what I've been seeing. So.
The Puff Daddy said, "Vote or die." Though.
I mean, all he talking about is your voice.
Man had a whole slogan said, "Vote or die." I'm like, man, it's kind of off on a tangent. You know how you hear a lot of our people, they never bring up ancestors until it's time to vote. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors died for the right to vote. Exercise your right.